Premier League 2021-22 Preview Number 20, Wolves. Guardian writers predicted position 13th, NB. This is not necessarily Paul Doyle's prediction, but the average of our writers' tips. Last season's position, 13th odds to win the league, via Oddschecker, 201. Wolves will not be boring this season. Things could go beautifully for them under their new manager, Bruno Lage, or the whole show could be a calamity. They will be worth watching. Lage's mission is to introduce a fresh, high-tempo, attacking style of play and get Wolves heading upwards again. Nuno tried and failed to do that last season when he was undermined by injuries, poxy luck, fatigue from the epic previous campaign, and a lack of preparation for the transition. Lage, at least, has a record of cultivating the kind of football Wolves now demand. He has made his teachings very clear in pre-season. He wants Wolves to defend high, press hard, build from a back four, dominate possession and attack continually. To achieve that he must resolve doubts in every area of the team. Wolves have addressed the goalkeeping issue and will hope that Jose Sa, bought from Olympiacos, will prove a worthy heir to Rui Patricio, who fell below his usually high standards last season and has moved on. More worryingly, Wolves' normally tight defense looked ramshackle at times last season as they developed a curious frailty from set pieces, from which only Leeds conceded more than Wolves. Players who had thrived in a back three struggled to adapt to a back four, and age seemed to catch up with some players. Willy Boly, for so long a colossus, has been beset by injuries and there are questions over how well stalwarts such as Conor Coady and Romain Saiss can function in a high defensive line. Are Max Kilman and Kai Janahover ready to step in? Maybe Yerson Mosquera, the highly promising 20-year-old Colombian signed in the summer, will make an immediate impact. Left back was a problem position, partly because of injuries, with 8 players deployed there in the course of the season. Will the fit-again Fernando Marcel provide a solution, or is Rayan Aït-Nouri, whose loan was made permanent in the summer, ready to make the spot his own, at least until Johnny Castro recovers again? A provisional date of January has been set for his return from a second ACL injury. In midfield, the first task is to fend off interest in Ruben Neves. His passing and shooting are precious, although he should score more goals, and his defensive work is vital. Only 2 midfielders, Wilfried Ndidi and Yves Bissouma, won more tackles last season and only one, Josh Brownhill, made more interceptions. There are also hopes that this could be the season when Morgan Gibbs-White becomes a consistent option, Taylor Perry makes his breakthrough and Leander Dendoncker becomes even more influential, but chances are much will still hinge on João Moutinho's ability to keep creating. Wolves have thrilling options out wide. At least they will when Daniel Podence and, especially Pedro Neto, return from injury. They are expected back in September and October, respectively. There is also great excitement around Francisco Trincao, the 21-year-old signed from Barcelona in July. He is not as explosive as Neto, but has the ability to carry the ball and produce moments of wizardry. The prospect of him rekindling his on-field relationship with Neto, a friend since childhood, and combining with Adama Traore is thrilling. Up front, Lage likes to play with 2 strikers. The questions here are, can Raul Jimenez get back to his wonderful best after fracturing his skull? And is Fabio Silva, who showed signs of maturing towards the end of last season, ready for regular action? Lage is no stranger to English football, having served as Carlos Carvalhal's assistant at Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday. More importantly, he is very familiar with the snazzy attacking style that Wolves want, as he led Benfica to the 2019 Portuguese title playing exactly that way, setting scoring records in the process. Encouragingly, he made his mark at Benfica very swiftly. On the downside, it did not last long, as he resigned following his team's poor resumption after the COVID-enforced pause. One of the qualities that attracted Wolves to him is his history of developing young talents, most famously João Felix, who emerged under Lage before joining Atletico Madrid for more than £113 million. If players such as Fabio Silva, Francisco Trincao, Rayan Aït-Nouri and Owen Adesowe can make similar progress, Molineux will be a happy place. It is not just Wolves fans who hope Raul Jimenez can rediscover his best form. Already it is a joy to know he is in good health 9 months after fracturing his skull in a collision with Arsenal's David Luiz. But if the Mexican also gets back to leading Wolves' attack as well as he did before that, and combining again with Adama Traore and Pedro Neto, then everyone will enjoy seeing one of the world's finest strikers in an attack that could be spectacular. If not, someone else at Wolves is going to have to learn to finish efficiently. Since buying the club in 2016, the Chinese conglomerate Fosun International, headed up by the billionaire Guo Guangchang, has lifted Wolves from the Championship to the Europa League and built up plenty of goodwill, not just thanks to the progress on the pitch, but also because of important work in the community during the pandemic. Last season was the first of substandard results, and they acted ruthlessly, to the cost of the popular Nuno Espirito Santo. They need their faith in Lage to pay off. Traore got 13 minutes of action for Spain at the Euros, a token stretch of the legs in the 5-0 win over Slovakia. He should have had more, but at least the sparing use means he should be ready to attack the season with Wolves. He made a slow start to last season, but came on strong in the second half of the campaign, reminding everyone of his unique menace. Traore has improved tactically in recent seasons, and it will be interesting to see how he develops under Lage, who encourages fluid play with regular interchanges of positions. Radical change may be afoot for the team, but the chant for the manager only needs tweaking, with Nuno's the Special One replaced by Bruno's the Special One. And there will also be loud renditions of the stadium staple, Jeff Beck's Hi-Ho Silver Lining, because everyone, especially, perhaps, a manager fostering a new style, needs an optimistic anthem about a hippie woman who keeps saying everything's groovy when your tires are flat. The good a short walk from the town centre, Wolves' Den is adorned by several choice statues, including one of Billy Wright striding purposefully towards the action in a way that stirs pre-match excitement. The bad: if you do not tolerate light shows before nighttime games, then best look away till kickoff at Molineux. The crest used to feature 3 wolves a-leaping, but that was scrapped on the grounds, presumably, that they sounded like something from the 12 Days of Christmas. What adorns the shirt now is simply the best badge in the world, a single wolf's head whose powerful color contrast and precise geometry convey a hard, beautiful authority. Have the heart to sing Bruno's the Special One in the first home match, against Nuno's Spurs? Why did we not sign more defenders? Good thing we have an option to make Francisco Trincão's loan permanent. Jimenez scoring from a cross by Traore. Happy days are here again. Wolfie is supposed to be a big cuddly wolf, but fans enjoy telling the tale of when he got in a scrap with 3 cuddly little pigs at halftime in a win over Bristol City in 1998.